Back to Israel in the Middle East. The city of Majd al-Sham sits about 55 kilometers away from Damascus, just meters away from the border where spillover from the war is a regular event. It's a Druze city, though, in the Israeli Golan Heights. And in the past 5 years, the secular youth there began turning it into a sort of hub for nightlife. Daniel Campos and Amr Saffadi bring us more on the city some call the safest place to get a drink in Syria.
Up the breezy hill slopes of the Golan Heights rests a pastoral village home to approximately 10,000 residents. Majd al-Shams is the largest of 4 Druze towns in the Golan Heights. Snowy in wintertime and relatively cool in the hottest days of summer. The majority of the population here follow the secretive religious offshoot of Islam known as Druze. Viewed as apostates of Islam for many centuries, they settled in the mountains looking for safety from persecution. Druze flags flap in the wind, while an imposing statue of Syrian nationalist commander and general of the Syrian Revolution, Sultan al-Atrash, bear testament to the identity of the city. Before Israel annexed the territory following the Six-Day War in 1967, Majd al-Shams belonged to Syria. The majority of Druze in Majd al remain loyal to their Syrian identity, although on paper and documents the identity of most remains undefined. While in the mainstream media, Majd al-Shams only makes headlines in relation to politics and the Syrian civil war. We are here to discover a less-known side of the city: nightlife. Despite alcohol being forbidden and banned by the Druze religion, the opening of locally owned liquor stores and trendy bars and restaurants is on the rise. The Green Apple is a successful Druze version of an Irish bar.
5 years ago, it was a bit hard to open a bar with alcohol for local people to come because there are religious people, they don't agree about drinking alcohol and stuff. Why should we go out to a kibbutz or to Kiryat Shmona or to any other place to go and drink and then drive while drinking and doing some accidents? So everyone accepted it because it's a good idea, like on both sides.
High quality service, well-trained bartenders, and a menu that offers a variety of beers and cocktails.
We compete with bars in Tel Aviv, and you can compare the speed bar, our speed bar, and their speed bar, and ours, it's always professional.
Tonight, the clientele are local secular Druze youth above the age of 18. Why is the hotspot of nightlife in Majd al-Shams? Unique original decoration, Charlie Chaplin next to Druze icon and singer Amr al-Atrash. Why was the first bar to open in Majd al-Shams under the name Undefined? Later on, the establishment changed its name to Y. Youth from villages in the Galilee area also come here to blow off some steam. Majd al is known for being more secular and liberal than most Druze villages in the Galilee.
I love this place because of the atmosphere. The owner of the business is amazing. I feel at home here.
Everyone feels at home here. I'm not a client here. I'm in my house.
The Druze are also known for being ethnocentric or religious-centric. Therefore, a Druze bar is the perfect solution for those who wish to mingle and have a fun, safe, and familiar night.
Everyone knows each other here. It's more comfortable since we are Druze in our culture and also religion. It's a bit unacceptable for us to meet people from other religions.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning and the party seems to go on. For us, it's time to head home with a new fresh impression of the young Druze of the Golan Heights. Beyond the stereotypes of apples, Syrian brides, and armed conflict, the young ones here have managed to create their own bubble of fun. It feels like bars and restaurants in Majd al-Shams are here to stay.
Correspondent Daniel Campos with me now. Good evening.
Good evening, Nuri.
A great story, really sort of a little glimpse into what we might be able to say about the Druze community as a whole, literally and figuratively sort of split between Israel and Syria, right on the border.
Indeed. No, they managed to create their own thing, especially the young secular ones. I would say a third of the village still remains religious, but 2/3 are very much, they're creating their own form of identity. Again, they still feel Syrian, but many of them, I get the impression they know they're not going to be going back to Syria anytime soon. But they don't want to be fully part of Israeli society, so they're doing their own thing. They're not Ramallah, they're not Tel Aviv, and they're not Syria. They have their own cosmopolitan environment.
So it's a lot of young people from what we saw that actually used to travel to Syria very often once upon a time.
Indeed, a lot of them actually graduated from Syria. I met a dentist who studied in Syria. Now he's a dentist in the city of Carmel. Israel showed flexibility towards many people who studied in Syria. But a lot of them had their degrees uncompleted because of the start of the civil war. A lot of them study in Europe today, in Germany. As the manager of the Green Apple, he studied computer engineering in Germany. So a lot of them are studying in Europe, the Czech Republic. I met people who study in Hungarian medicine and Romania. Very interesting crowd and
but
mix.
They all end up sort of coming back there and forming this new space for themselves.
Indeed, in their own unique space. And what's very interesting to me is also the mingling. Look, they're very accepting. Any person who wants to walk into the bar, they'll be friendly. But when it comes to relationships, they want to date Druze. Like I said, ethnocentric in the story.
Daniel Campos, thanks very much for this.
Thank you, Nurit.